Hi, everyone. I know I'm on just a little bit early, but we'll just wait for everyone to pop in and see who shows up. So there is a little link in the Facebook page that allows you to click on it, and then I can see your name if you are wanting to show your name. Otherwise, you'll just be a Facebook user, which is okay if that's okay with you. So, hi, my name is Tina Rake, Justina Rake, and I am a dream marriage coach. Sorry, and I have a frog in my throat. So I just wanted to pop in here because this is our Wednesday, and I've committed to Wednesdays, and I'm being very intentional to showing up on Wednesdays, and I hope that you will show up also. I want to just share my screen with you and give a little presentation. Let's see this one. Oops, what happened? Here we go. Here we go. All right, so my name is Justina Rake. I'm a life coach, and I do dream marriage or dream relationship. So my motto is going from good to great in 90 days. So I have a 90-day program, and I can take you. I can help you get from a good relationship to a great relationship in 90 days with or without your partner. And actually, I only work with women. So it is without your partner because it only takes one person to change the atmosphere in your home. So that'll be you. All right. I am just going to find my slides here. How come it's not working for me? There we go. All right. So I am passionate about God, love, joy, and peace. And all of these wrapped up in a beautiful little marriage. So important to wrap everything up into a beautiful little marriage so that you can have a forever marriage. So, how do we do that? So, we have the dream marriage pathway. We have head, where we look at clarity and mindset. And do you know what you want? And do you have the mindset to get it? And then we'll move to heart, which is belief and open hearted. Do you believe it's possible? And are you open hearted and emotionally connected to your dreams? And then we'll put it to action with feet, actions and skills. Do you know what to do daily to take action towards your dreams and your goals? And we'll work on those all together. Building a dream marriage takes quite a few things, and these are just a few of those things. So it takes acceptance of one another. When you can really truly move into acceptance, you move into a more mature love. It also takes romantic love. So there's 3 different phases to relationships, and one of them is romantic love, and that's usually the first phase of a relationship. And then things start to get hard because it becomes real, right? So the romantic love, but the romantic love needs to last throughout the relationship, not just at the beginning. And then there's confidence. And this is confidence in each other, but it's also confidence in yourself. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself to do what's right and to follow through? And so we need to build trust with ourselves. So, because how can we get others to trust us if we can't even trust ourselves? If we don't keep our commitments to ourselves? And speaking of, the next one is commitment. So learning how to keep your commitments, let your yes be yes and your no be no, and have a little bit of flexibility in there when times need it, right? And then there's also legacy. So we'll leave a legacy for the next generation. And how you do that is by building a beautiful marriage now that shows them the path. If we can example a beautiful marriage, a good marriage, and be a good spouse or even a great spouse, if we example that to our children, then they'll have an example of how to do that in their relationships. And the next one is freedom. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why freedom? What does freedom have to do with marriage? Because freedom means something different for everybody, but freedom inside of a marriage is the ability to do the things that make you who you are. And that's what we're going to talk about today. That's the freedom to do the things that make you who you are, that fulfill your dreams and your goals and your ambitions, but also come together as a whole person. And I think it's very important that you have that blend of two individual people, because it's always been said that marriage is two becoming one, but it's not really. You are united and you're bound together by God and by your marriage commitments and your vows, but it doesn't make you the same person. You don't complete each other. What you do is you come together with two different individual personalities, and that's how God created us. And we complement each other, not complete each other, but we complement each other. So what one is lacking, the other one has. And for instance, for myself, I have a lack of planning. Okay, so I'm more of a spontaneous person. I like to go on a trip spontaneously. So I'll often say, oh, I'm going out of Dodge today. I'm going out of town. I call home base Dodge, just referring back to old Western movies. I know I'm kind of quirky that way. But anyways, referring back to old Western movies, I'll say I want to get out of Dodge today and go to Cranbrook or Nelson or whatever. I don't have to have a big agenda. I just need to get out of town. I need to shift my space. My husband doesn't have that same need. He likes to plan things, and he likes to plan things well in advance. So if he's going to visit his grandkids in Cranbrook, he plans it about a month or 2 weeks in advance. It's not a spontaneous thing. He does not do spontaneous well. I do. He does not. All right, so we're going to look at also how to apply those. So number one was clarity and mindset. So let's get clarity. And clarity is just clear. Like, let's get clear and make some mindset shifts. And what are our mindsets? Because a lot of times we don't even know what our mindsets are and where they came from. And are they actually truly ours, or are they somebody else's? And why do we still have them? So it's helpful to look at all of that and then figure out what are your limiting beliefs. Or sorry, we won't get to the beliefs yet. We figure out what are your mindsets and where they came from, and if you can actually shift that. I wrote a little quote down the other day or a couple weeks ago, and it is mindset is the little hinge that swings the door. So you think about how big a hinge is, and the weight of a door. So the hinge actually holds the weight of the door as it opens and closes. And so does the mindset. Our mindset opens the door of our brain, our mind, as it opens and closes. And we want to make sure that we have a good mindset. We want to make sure that we have a growth mindset and that we're not stuck. We don't have a closed mindset. We want to be teachable. We say in the coach realm, be coachable. So if we're open to new ideas and we don't think that we know everything, because we don't know everything. You don't know until you know, or you don't know what you don't know until somebody reveals it to you. So yeah, we do the clarity and the mindset. And then we do the belief and open-hearted. So build your belief and open your heart once again to a miracle, because miracles still happen. So build your belief, and that's basically like rebuild that trust with yourself. And then you can start to believe in yourself again. I did a workshop a few years ago, and it was working with horses. So it was called Women Empowering Women. And the other women were the horses, the female horses. And the reason I took that workshop, it was a 6-week workshop and working with horses. I'm not big on horses, but I felt compelled to take it. And it was to build trust. And I realized that um, while I was working in a ministry, I realized I was asking all these people to trust me and to lead them and not lead them astray. But I myself, when I was blindfolded in one of the exercises, I did not. I asked 1,000 questions to the person who was giving instructions because I wanted control. So I obviously didn't trust, and that was a big moment of it was a big aha moment because here I am asking all these people to trust me with their deepest things, and I wasn't trusting somebody else. So it's like open up our hearts, right? We need to learn to trust and we need to look for that miracle again. We need to believe that things can shift. And how do we do that? And the next one was taking action. So learn how to shift your life to impact the environment of your marriage. And like I said earlier, it only takes one person to change the atmosphere in your home, whether it be good or bad. So, and that's something that I really noticed in my own relationship with my husband is that when I was feeling wounded and hurt, I was the one who was grumpy and withdrawn, and it made it uncomfortable. So I needed to shift my thinking patterns. I needed to shift how I perceived everything and changed my thinking. And it actually changed the atmosphere in my home. I had to change how I did my life, how I did every day, and not take everything so personal because really it's not. It's very rarely as personal as we take it. So, and then we go to restoration. So, we'll help you with restoration. We'll help you build a more confident you. I like this exceptional you, not just a confident you, but an exceptional you, your best version of yourself, and rebuild that commitment to one another. So dream life, a dream marriage in 90 days. And I'm sorry, I have to get a little closer because my bifocals are not picking up the reading. Hi, I'm Justina Rake, and I would love to support you in your journey of building a stronger, more confident you, which in turn will impact all your relationships. And yes, your marriage included, especially. We will use science-based methods and scripture and just good, honest training that will give you the clarity and the mindset shift in how you are doing life right now. I'm excited to work with you and watch you grow into your future self. And this is just a little bit on how to contact me. So my email address and my website, which is www.justinarake.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. You can also catch me here on this page, or even if you know me personally, you can send me a message. So what I wanted to talk to you about today was, who are you? Who are you in your relationship? Because a lot of us think that we don't change our identity when we enter a relationship, but we do. And sometimes we lose our identity. We lose ourselves because we're trying to be everything for them. And that is not what marriage is about. You get to keep who you are, and they get to keep who they are. And then you come together, and maybe not all the time. You get to keep your hobbies. You both get to keep your hobbies. You both get to keep your friends. You have mutual friends that come together. I have a lot of female friends. I don't spend time with male friends or males. unless they're friends, like couple friends that we have, and then it's women and men coming together. That's the only time I'll do that, is if we're coming together. And where was I going to go with that? Yeah, so you get to keep your friends. You both get to keep your friends, and you get to keep your life, and you get to make it come all together in harmony. So as women, we tend to put our others' needs first or before ourselves, and we neglect ourselves. So, and that's where we lose our identity, and eventually we resent all those who are receiving our love and our attention, and then we fail to realize the importance of putting ourselves first. We really do that, and I just want to remind you, no, it's not selfish to put yourself first. In fact, it's impossible to meet the needs of others effectively without first being balanced in our own lives. So loving yourself not only proves to be a positive experience, but it will improve your relationship with others as well. So if we go through our days neglecting our basic needs and who we really are, like I love to paint, I love to knit, I love to read, I love to draw. I haven't done any drawing for a while, but it's always in the back of my mind. I have lots of little hobbies that I do that don't include my husband. It's not his thing. He has his own thing, and I'm okay with that. So those are some of my basic needs. I have a creative streak in me, and I need to create. So when we neglect our basic needs, we become quickly drained of our energies, and we're too exhausted to spend time on ourselves. When we realize that our own needs are not being met, we become resentful and ultimately withdraw the help and the support we so freely offered to others before. However, focusing on yourselves by putting yourselves first, we can regain that lost energy, which will give us vitality, endless vitality to direct towards others. So loving and taking better care of yourself is easy, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. When we are happy with the level of attention that we're giving ourselves, our energy overflows, and we are anxious to help fulfill the needs of those around us. Everyone wins when we learn to love ourselves using these following tips that I'm going to give you. Here's tip number 1. Live a healthy lifestyle. I go to the gym every day. I didn't always do that. I kind of adapted to home life. I thought I needed to spend more time with my husband. But since I've been going to the gym every day, I love it again. So live a healthy lifestyle. How can you expect to accomplish great things if you can't meet life's most basic needs? You need to eat healthy by replacing excess sugars, refined foods with whole foods, and drink lots of water. Give your body the ability to effectively burn the fuel you take in by getting daily exercise. And the more I learn about functional medicine, the more I realize that we don't really treat our body very well, and how much exercise and how heavy of an exercise our body actually needs. So thereby increasing your metabolism, which is so true. Make sure to get plenty of sleep as well, because sleep deprivation is a real thing, as our minds do not function if we haven't been properly recharged, themselves. Plus, your subconscious mind, it makes up of 95% of your brain, and your subconscious mind heals, and it goes to work on creating for you while you're sleeping. So sleep is especially important. A good night's sleep, 7 to 8 hours a night. So expressing ourselves is the best way to take care of ourselves mentally. It's by frequently expressing how we feel. This can be done in several ways. Mentally, we can express ourselves on paper. So keeping a personal journal in which you can vent when needed will help keep emotions in check because we don't have to say everything, right? So sometimes we let our feelings rule our life, and our feelings shouldn't rule our life. They are there as an indicator that something's wrong, but they shouldn't rule our lives. And let's just keep going here. So allowing yourself to express your feelings and experience the wide range of emotions, like in a rented movie or by working on a hobby that's close to your heart. Photography and other visual arts are good for this. So remember, expressing ourselves creatively is as important as doing it mentally. And that's what I was talking about. I have a lot of creative things, outlets, and it helps me to express myself. And I feel, well, sometimes when I'm painting, I don't feel very joyful. That's just the truth. So I haven't done it for a while. Sometimes I get frustrated with myself. So I walk away from that because I want to actually have joy when I do something. So I always think about, does it give me joy? Is it good for me, right? Also, spend some time alone in order to appreciate ourselves more. I love going on trips by myself, even if it's just to Cranbrook. It's so healing just to be by myself. I'm so okay with being alone. And also, it helps us to get to know ourselves better. And we get busy inside of our head and we have lots of noise. And sometimes I'll take the first part of the trip and not listen to a thing and just talk to myself or talk to God. And it's peaceful. It's good. And it feels good because, like I said, I love being by myself. I'm okay with that. Some of you may think that this has a reverse effect, but think positively. You would be surprised what becoming introspective will reveal. You'll discover yourself and learn to love it. So go on for a scenic drive. Take a long bath. Surround yourself with music or just quiet meditation. Not only will you appreciate your own company more, but the relaxation will do wonders for your state of mind. I'll go for a walk without headphones, and I'll just walk and listen to the birds and just reflect on the beauty around. And your relationships are sure to improve if others sense your renewed energy and your love of life. And that's what happens when you spend that time alone. You get a new renewed energy and a love of life too, and you really appreciate everything. It's like living in the moment. It's listing off 5 things I hear, 5 things I see, 5 things I smell, 5 things I feel, and working your way down, all the way down to 1. And it's a grounding exercise. So you can do that when you're out walking, and it brings you back into the moment instead of sticking in your head. And the last one I want to talk about is pampering yourself. Finally, take time to treat yourself to something rewarding. Get a massage, get a manicure, or tickets for your favorite sporting event or movie, or even go to the opera if you got it around. We don't have that kind of stuff around here, but in Cranbrook, there are shows that come. Show yourself that you care about your own happiness by creating more of it in your life. By allowing yourself to enjoy the spotlight now and again, you'll realize the goodness others feel when you are able to help them. So those are just a few tips on being yourself, on being who you are. I wanted to ask, who do you want to be in your relationship? What do you want in your relationship? What do you want in your life? And what do you want on a personal level for yourself? What are your dreams? What are your goals? The difference between a goal and a dream is a goal has action steps. A dream can be a faraway thing, but you can make it a goal. So it's not that you can't. I had no idea I had a dream to go to Florida. And all of a sudden I was going to Florida. I dared to dream that it could happen, and it did. It didn't, I had to work towards it. It was like it became a goal. So working towards buying the ticket and arranging the flights and setting up a hotel room in Florida and also in Cranbrook on the way there and on the way back because of timing. Figuring out where to park my vehicle while I was gone and making sure it was paid for, all those kind of things, and what to pack because I knew that it was a long haul in the airport. I had 6 hours in Atlanta, and what did I want to carry on my back for 6 hours because I knew I wasn't going to sit for 6 hours. So I had to be very mindful of what I was packing and just connecting with people too. So you can turn a dream into a goal and you can set action steps for that and work towards your goal. So I hope that you enjoyed this live, and I hope that you got something from it. And if you have any questions, or if you would like to just chat about my program, I would love to speak with you. And we can talk about things. So I'm here for you. And I'm hoping to help you to become the more passionate woman that I know that you are in your marriage, in your relationships, all your relationships, and in your life, actually. So I'd love to work with you. All right. Mwah. See you next Wednesday. Bye.